guys, Ann here, and today we have a little car vlog. I am on my way to go see Lexie. Today is Wednesday, and she's still in the hospital. Why do you look so low? She's still in the hospital. They're not discharging her until, because she's still on a liquid diet because she can't keep anything down. So they're not going to discharge her until she can eat solid foods and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe she'll be in there a few more days. I don't know. So I'm on my way to go visit her now. But I want to talk to you guys about a few things. So October is Domestic Violence Awareness. And even before Lexie got into the hospital, I knew I wanted to talk about, a few things to just bring awareness. So this is like perfect timing. You know that saying where they say karma's a bee? It's true. I was shocked when somebody sent me a link to this video, and I'm going to talk about it. So you guys know, earlier this year, right, I went through my divorce. It was finalized the beginning of the year, but it was very hard for me. Especially end of last year was extremely hard because, just last year in general, from March of last year is when my now ex-husband moved out. But a lot of things were going on, behind the scenes. And divorce can be nasty. It's something, you know that. And it was just, like I said, a very tough time for me. This particular person, and I'm telling you this all for a reason, this particular person decided to do almost 4-hour live stream on me, just trashing me, reading me to filth, okay? Talking about my eyeshadow palette collab. And this is a man that doesn't wear makeup, and just everything. It was crazy because he was mad at a video I did 2 years prior. And it was when I was first starting to do my walk and talks, right after my heart attack. And when you have a heart attack, you have to do cardiac rehab. And then I was also starting to walk because, your heart is a muscle. And my heart was very weak, so I had to make it stronger. And by walking is one way you could do that. And I remember this person brought this guy to my attention, like, yeah, you should talk about this. And anywho, I was sent some videos and stuff of him, I say abusing his wife, but I'm not saying physically abusing, right? Because mental abuse and all that is still abuse, right? And I also made a video because I heard, things about they were scamming and all that, which I later apologized for that part. I even took my videos down. And he still, to this day, will not let it go. Like, he literally still talks about it. And it's funny how things come full circle. So he just had something for me, He lied and said I made fun of his, he says, dead baby, okay? Which I never did, and I stand on that. I would never do that, okay? And all this other stuff. To where, when I was going through my divorce, you guys know I started talking about it. He literally says that he signed up with New Jersey court system and registered or whatever you do because I'm a public figure and divorce is public, and he was going to talk about it. He was going to look into it. Anything he found out, he was going to talk about because it was public. Mind you, I was still going through my divorce. And he would talk about my kids, how my kids had to help me financially, and all this other type of stuff. Oh my God, he would read me to filth. I mean, to this day, he still talks about me and my daughter, talks about sexualizing her, with butt plugs and all this other stuff, just gross behavior, okay? While he even doxed my daughter. Then he wants to lie and say, well, the judge said that that he didn't dox her. That's a lie. The judge never said that, and I stand on that. And even if the judge did, he did dox my daughter. For what? It was under malicious intent because before he doxed her government name with her last name, he says, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Okay? I begged him, please stop talking about my daughter. Please take that video down. To where he starts saying my street name. He didn't say 777 Mill Street, but he would say Mill Street. I don't live on Mill Street, but I'm just saying. And all of this, like, threatening. I remember he goes, I know where you live. I know everything about you. I know your schedule. Okay? To where it was putting my safety at risk that I tried to get a temporary restraining order. Okay, we went to court. It didn't work, you know, and I said that. I had just came out of the hospital, and all that type of stuff, and it doesn't matter. I could have appealed it and did more, but I'm like, you know, as long as he doesn't dox me and all that type of stuff, he could talk about me all he wants. I don't care. If I wanted to shut him up because he goes around saying, it's just trying to shut me up, and all of his friends are saying that. No, that's not true. If that was the case, I would have got those videos taken down. I would have struck him and different things. That's not what it was. But he never talks about him and his wife both tried to put a restraining order on me and lied and said I killed an animal in front of them to scare them. See, they don't talk about that, do they? So, like, his friends think that they don't realize they put one on me. Tried to, but the judge denied. He even said to the judge that he was scared of my son because I threatened him, and or whatever the case may be. And the judge, and he played the recording, and guess what the judge said? He told him, I don't think that was a threat, and denied it. I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, so now fast forward, this man makes a video, and he talks about he's getting a divorce, that he was arrested, his wife called the cops after the third time. This is all out of his mouth. And he was on a 72-hour hold, and he had to get a psych valve and all this kind of stuff, that he is homeless now and all this type of stuff. And this is why I'm saying how things come full circle. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I have said many, many, many times, be careful what you say, the talk of the tongue. That's in the Bible. The talk of the tongue. Watch what you say, because listen, you could have the perfect life. Okay, you could be living large, but if you make fun of somebody that's homeless, you don't know what can happen to you. You could lose your job at any moment. You can have a house fire and lose your house. Anything can happen. I even said, how many times have I said, you can even be in a marriage and you don't know what can happen. That's why you don't make fun of people and judge people. And I don't think it's funny. See, I don't wish that, okay? But now, there might be, especially some of his friends saying, oh, you shouldn't talk about this. It's not right. But he could talk about it for damn near a year and make fun of me and my children, and it was okay. And these people supported this with him doxing my daughter and stuff. That video is still up, okay? And it was under malicious intent. Regardless what the reason was, my daughter was innocent. He got mad at me for something because he thought I was saying my daughter, that I said that my daughter wasn't on my channel. I've never said that. That would be a lie. A lot of you guys seen my daughter and stuff. No, what I said was my kids don't have a channel, meaning they don't have a YouTube account where they can even comment. They don't have a YouTube channel. But he would say, well, you put them on your channel, that means you're a public figure. That means you made her a public figure, so it was okay. But yet, her name is Lexie. You doxed her real government name, plus her middle initial, plus her last name. Now, what does that have anything to do with it? That means you were digging it up by going online. And in his video, he says, I hope nobody talks about my kids. And I hope not either, because I think that's gross and disgusting, and I will not be discussing your kids. I'll be right back. Let me get out of the sun. Okay, I'm in the parking lot right now. Lexie right now has a friend there, so I just called her, and she was like, it's okay, Mommy. So I figured I'll finish the conversation now. Anyway, I don't remember where I was at. Like I was saying, I won't really be discussing his kids or anything. And he has minor kids. So if anybody says anything about his children or anything, I'm going to delete the comment. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I've always said, just because somebody goes low, I don't believe in going lower. You know, I have morals and all that type of stuff, and nobody should be talking about his children, regardless if they're adults. I don't think anybody should be talking about anybody's family members or anything. Get on that person all you want, but other people, they're innocent, you know. I don't believe in that guilty by association bullcrap, okay? And so I remember, do you guys remember one time I made a video and I was so mad at my ex-husband because, you know, my daughter told me, seen him at the store, and he didn't say nothing to her, and she was so hurt. Remember, I made a video. Well, he would react to all of my videos. And I remember he says, I'll never forget this, because I was like, what? He was like, well, that was her stepfather, and you're divorced. He don't owe her nothing. He don't need to speak to her. Who are you? Blah, blah. And was just going on and on and on. And there's people in his chat, because he does live streams, like, supporting this. They weren't saying anything back, but they were still in his chat talking. So that means you support it, right? Not one person was like, that's going a little too far, or anything like that. But yet in his video, he's literally crying and saying how he's going to miss his stepchildren and all that, which I get. Now, they only been together for, I think, married for 4 years. Not long, you know. But I was married for 12. Okay? And that may not be a whole long time, but that's enough, you know. And how come it's okay to you to cry because you're going to miss your stepkids? But my daughter couldn't be upset because that was her stepfather who helped raise her for 12 years. Now they're very close. Let me just say this. For the last 2 days, my ex-husband has been coming up here to see my daughter while I'm there. And because of my daughter, and I have respect for my daughter, I don't say anything. And the first time he was like, well, I'm not going to stay long because I know it's awkward. You know what I said to him? Because I'm an adult. I said, that's all right. You're here to see her. And you know what Lexie goes to him? Well, you're my dad too. Because she considers them. Because see, my ex-husband didn't have a problem with my daughter. I mean, if you knew my daughter, I mean, everybody just loves her. She's just so bubbly and friendly, you know. And so, who am I? You know, I'm never going to take my kids away from anybody, you know. And I suck it up. Then last night he came there and, you know, he said hi to me. I said hi, and I just kept being on my phone or what have you, you know, out of respect for my daughter. So I get that hurt and stuff. I get that. And I'm sorry that you are going through that. And I hope that you and your wife, because I know you're still legally married right now, can come to some type of agreement that the kids don't get involved. Now, he got arrested for domestic violence or something like that. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. I will link his video down below if you guys want to watch it. Okay, I have to say allegedly because I don't know, I wasn't there. But I can only go by what he admitted. He admitted to breaking the computer screens and all this. And the reason why he got arrested because he shut the cell phones off. See, when you start shutting phones off or cutting lines and all that kind of stuff where somebody is unable to call 911 if they need help, that's a problem. And I think that's wrong. And you love your kids so much. See, I got done saying I wouldn't talk about the kids, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about his actions. But you're scaring them by breaking the computer. You had to be raising your voice and everything. What those kids went through seeing you get arrested, because that's what you said. See, you talked about me and my marriage and my divorce. My ex-husband ain't never do that. You made fun of me because I said I felt like walking on eggshells and I had to go into one of my kids' rooms when they weren't home, because in my room, I don't have a lock on my door at that time. So that I could lock the door, he wouldn't bother me. And you made it seem like I was so scared. My ex-husband has never put his hands at me. Now, towards the end, he started threatening me, but he never did. I never had fear of him. It was when I'm stressed and all that. I have a heart failure and different things. And I'm diabetic and all that. You guys know. So when I'm stressed, my blood pressure goes up and all of that. So I try to avoid the situation. I remember he said one time, well, what did your boys do? They're pussies and all this type of stuff. Let me tell you something. He would never dare do that, especially when my oldest son is there. I promise you that. Okay? Because if he ever did, if my ex-husband got on my face or put his hands on me or broke any of my stuff, I'd be burying him. And that's the truth. And any son, an adult son that loves their mother would do the same damn thing. Okay? They're not going to stand there and let some man get in their mother's face. All right? But this is why you can't talk about people and sit there and laugh. He laughed and everything what I was going through. And at one time I got mad because his wife literally put on a community post, I feel petty. And she promoted that dox of my daughter. Again, what did my daughter have anything to do with anything? See, I don't care who gets mad at me or not, because I'm going to say this, okay? Michelle, I'm going to say your name. If you're listening, because I think that's wrong, that because he was the breadwinner and he says this and he shut everything off because he says nobody's going to get a free ride. This is out of his mouth, okay? And you got young kids there, okay, minors. And I don't like that, and I know what it's like to be a single mom, okay? I don't know what it's like depending on a man, because I've always was either the breadwinner or I was a single mom for many years that I supported myself. So I don't know that end, but I know what it's like to struggle, okay? Having said that, even though you supported your husband doing the things he did to me, you lied and tried to get a restraining order and lied and said I killed a dead animal in front of you and all this other type of stuff. I can let that all go, because this is more serious. That's not just YouTube stuff. Who cares? If you need anything, financially, your kids, any information, whatever you need, you contact me. Get a hold of me on Instagram or email. Nobody would ever know, and that is my hand to God, my word. Nobody would ever know. When people message me, okay, I don't go back and say anything. I keep it between me, okay? If you are divorcing him and leaving him, I will help you. You contact me, because I don't believe in tearing other women down, and I've been there. I know what it's like to be in a domestic violence, and it doesn't mean physical, mentally and all that. I know what that's like. I was in a physical domestic violence. I had 13 staples in the back of my head one time where my back was turned. I got hit with a 40-ounce bottle. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can talk about, but this video isn't about that. Maybe in another video, but I've been there. I've been there where I would just get punched right in the face. Right? And remember, back then, I was 120 pounds soaking wet, and I'm only 5'3" and 3/4. Okay? I could take a punch. Maybe, and this isn't funny, but sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Maybe that's why I'm not scared of no women, because if I can get hit by a man, what can a woman do, you know? But, and I mean that. I will never, as long, if I can, those kids will never go hungry, okay? You're not going to go homeless, okay? Never let a man throw in your face, okay, like he's doing, to say, oh, how are you going to pay the rent now? You got to get a job and all that. That's wrong, because if you truly did love those children, you would do everything you can. You would say, I don't like you, but I'm going to make sure those kids have a place. But see, that's what some people do. They want to hurt. See, I'm going to get off of that subject. And I mean that. If you don't, you don't. But I'm just saying, if you ever do need help, I'm here. And I don't care who gets mad at me for saying that. Unless you raise kids by yourself and been a single mother, been in an abusive relationship or anything like that, you don't have no room to talk. And if you have, then you can understand. And I've always said I would do that for my worst enemy. I don't want to see my worst enemy go through what I have went through in my past. Now, again, I can't say he put his hands on her. I wasn't there. It's allegedly. I don't know. I don't think he was actually charged yet. I don't know. But I can only go by what he said, that he broke these computer screens in front of his family. That, he shut everything off. And how, I don't care if you're friends with the man or not, how can you support that when there's minor kids living there? Him shutting off the phones and all that. How can anybody support that? I see people in his comments, I'm not going to get involved. I get that, but how can you support that? I don't know. I think, and just in general, I'm not talking about them, I think domestic violence awareness should be talked about more often. And a lot of men, especially men, because most of the time men are the breadwinners, they want to throw money in your face. Like, I'm not going to do this. And that's why a lot of times women stay. For me, I stayed in my marriage longer than what I should have, because I did love my husband. I did want things to work. But also we had really good health insurance, because I'm you know, my health issues. And I remember, oh my God, the girl made a community post like whatever, making fun or whatever, but that's the truth. Sometimes you do what you got to do because you have to, right? Like, sometimes people stay in a marriage because of financial reasons. And listen, I get it. You're especially raising kids. I understand that. I ain't knocking you. But that's why you can't make fun of people and what they're going through. No matter how much you dislike a person, you have to watch what you say because of the talk of your tongue. And it's like so wild how like things come full circle. He didn't like me because I talked about this 2 years ago, and now it's coming back. I don't think it's funny. I think it's sad. I hate that. I wish it didn't happen between them. I really, really do. I don't think any of it's funny. But just like you were crying online and asking people not to talk about your kids, which nobody should, or anything like that. Now, how do you think I felt when I was going through that? Why you were saying, because I was a public figure. And divorce is public records, that you were going to look it up and all that. Now, imagine if I did that, because I mean, what would you, strike me? You'd probably strike me, you know, but I wouldn't do that because that's not my place. I would never show anything publicly or anything like that. You know, I'm only going by, I don't even know. I'm only going by what these people put on the internet. I think she showed like a picture of her at a courthouse, you know, or something like that. I don't know. So I'm not going to be on here too long because I want to go see my baby girl. But I just wanted to come on and talk about that. Like, that's why I always say, watch what you say. Because you never know what can happen. Don't make fun of people that are homeless no matter how much you dislike them. And so, oh, that's what you get. Because you never know what can happen in your own backyard. You could have all this money, but God forbid you go to bed and wake up and there's an electrical fire. God forbid your spouse or whatever goes to work and has a car accident or something like that. You never, ever know what's going to happen. That's why I always say, and it's in the Bible, you pray for your enemies. You don't wish them the worst. Pray for your enemies. Because when you need prayer, you don't want God to say, you didn't pray for this one. You didn't pray for this one. You didn't forgive this one, and you didn't forgive this one. You want me to forgive you when you don't know how to forgive? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying everything, Michelle, that you supported your husband and that you also reposted my daughter's docs and said your little stuff and tried to put a restraining order on me and lied on it. I'm still here if you need me. You can let all that stuff go. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, if you need it, I want you to know you have another woman's support. Like I said, there's so much negativity out here, like so much malicious intent where even people want to get involved in stuff that have nothing to do. Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but all right, I'm going to get off of here. I don't know if I'm going to add any more to this vlog, maybe when I'm in here or walking or whatever. So I'm going to say my goodbye now. If you don't hear my goodbye now, you'll see it at the end. Okay, so I don't even know what time it is. Maybe 5:30 or something like that. I got to make sure I don't, because I don't look until I'm editing. I'm like, oh my God, and you keep showing the name of the hospital. So usually I leave here about 8:30, so I was thinking, I don't know, they have like something right here, but I might go down to the cafeteria because I think the cafeteria closes at 6:30 and I'm getting hungry. So let's go do that. I hate elevators. That's a fear of mine that I don't normally talk about. My fear is it will drop. Like the cable wires will cut and it will drop and I will drop to my death. Do you know, true fact, that if you're in an elevator and it drops, you lay on your back, because that way, if it does break, you won't break your back. Like you lay on it and it'll break the fall. Yeah, I seen a video of that. So I always go all the way back like this. I'm the one that goes in the back when there's a bunch of people, because I'm scared, okay? Don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't even think about me when I'm in here. So. I just want to clear that up. Okay, all right. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, let me go in the cafeteria and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what I got right here. And then I got that. And then I got Lexie a drink here. Alright, so I'm going to go back upstairs and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back on my way to the cafeteria because I already took my lipstick and everything off. And guess what? I don't like that dressing. I thought it was going to be like the Wendy's dressing, and it's not. It's gross. So I'm heading back down there now to the cafeteria and seeing if they have, like, I don't know, French or something. That was nasty. I was all ready. I got my lipstick off. I was all ready to eat my salad. Lexie just informed me that my ex-husband just texted her and he's on his way there. Here. 3 days in a row. But I'm glad he's showing her that he does care, so that's good. That makes me happy. And I figured, let me do something. It's very hard to keep my mouth shut, I can tell you that. But, you know, when it's for your kids, it's for your kids. So, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me go in here. And I gotta see what type of dressing I have. I'll be back. Let me see if I can turn it around so you can see. It's the cafeteria. All right, I'll be back. Well, because it's late and they're getting ready to close, they only had a couple. I had to get Thousand Islands. This used to be my mom's favorite, so I can't complain. But they didn't have any French or anything like that. They had Italian, but that's kind of like what that other Caesar was. I don't want a Caesar salad, so they had this. So I'm stuck with that. They didn't, this didn't cost me anything. They let me take it, so that's good. Let me get a napkin. Let me know if you like these type of vlogs, like, you know, where I'm just walking and talking. I don't have anything else to talk about. I already talked about today about karma, what goes around comes around. And I just hope, you know, let me just sit here real quick. And I hope that nobody took offense to that. Like, I'm not trying to get on anybody's downfall. My point was, when I was on my downfall and how somebody thought it was funny and laughed and make video after video after video after video, because of a video I did 2 years ago, it's like, you never know what can happen. Now you're on your downfall. But I'm not gonna go low, because I really do wish the best for him. I really, really do. I hate to see anybody sad or going through some stuff. I really, really do. And I really meant what I said about his wife. Contact me if you need anything, because I can't see a single mother struggling to support minor kids. I'm sorry. I struggle now and I need my adult kids. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not struggling, but I mean, they help me. I don't know what I would do if I was raising minor kids these days. And, you know, it just hurts my heart, that's all. Even if it's my worst enemy. Never. Did I ever show you? Let me show you guys these pictures. I love looking at old school pictures. Hold on. I just think it's so cool. That's from 1910. Then 1909, this was the hospital. Look at the operating room in 1930. This was the children's ward in 1921. It's the old hospital. Some people like big houses. I would never want to live in a big house. That's an old hospital. 1913 X-ray room. 1912 patient ward. 1910, that's what they look like. What else? Look at that, 1930. That was the ambulance for 1930. That is so cool. Okay. All right, so now I gotta go back up there. Watch him be there when I'm there. Oh. Anywho, maximum capacity is 3,500 pounds. I hate elevators. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. And that, when it stops. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right, I'll be back. Okay, it is, what time is it? Almost 8:40 at night. The nurse here told me she don't care. I can stay till whenever I want. I was making sure I wasn't doxing my child. Lexie's in the shower. She takes 2 showers a day. The nurse was like, you take 2 showers a day, because she gets in the morning and at night.
And Lexie's like, well, there ain't nothing else to do. But I have Lexie wearing her slides in there. I'm like, you better wear some damn slides. Act like this is a shower in the prison. You don't know if they're cleaning it good or not. Anyway, I will end the vlog. Well, I already said my goodbyes before, but you'll see that later when I was in the car. But I will come back when I'm leaving so we can walk out together, because it's going to be dark in here. All right, I'll be back. All right, I just put a short up. It was like, I don't know, 8:30 or 8:40. I was shocked because this internet is pretty fast over here tonight. It went up like that, probably because it's only like 30 seconds. Anyway, it's about 9 o'clock now. I'm on my way home. Well, no, I'm lying. I gotta stop at Walmart and get bread. And there's something else I can't remember. Maybe I'll just go tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys. I will keep you updated how Lexie's doing. I don't know if she'll be discharged tomorrow or not. We shall see. But I'll see you guys later. If you're here, comment the word karma down below. That way I know you made it all the way through. All right, guys. Stay beautiful. Stay blessed. Stay healthy. And most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. Do as I say, not as I do. Bye, guys.